Hey everyone, welcome to How to Trick a Fish. Welcome back to the second episode of my bass series. I thought I'd just run through a load of the gear that I've bought and what I've built up over the years, what I'm going to be using this season to try and target the bass. I'd love any feedback. I'd love you to tell me mainly what I'm missing so I can spend some more money. Start off with the rod and reel setup I've gone for. I've gone for the HTO Nebula, 7 to 35 grams, 2.7 meters, which is 9 foot, extra fast. I've seen this rod rated and reviewed everywhere. I've also seen those people moaning about the fact they snap, but then if you sell a million rods more than everybody else, you're going to have more snappages. So I don't think the percentage is actually any more for snapping on these than it is on any other rods around, like the major crafts, etc. I've got loads of HTO rods already, really like the brand, so I wanted to get myself a HTO bass rod. The Nebula seems to be sort of best in that price range. I splashed out a little bit on the reel. I follow all the American saltwater guys, especially for striped bass fishing. And obviously, I wasn't going to go mad and go for a Van style. It's probably a little bit too heavy for what we do over here. But everyone goes mad about the Penn Slammers, and particularly the Penn Slammer IVs, which were a bit too big. And anyone who follows Henry Gilby, etc., will be knowing that he's been screaming out for a 2500 size. And to be honest, I've never really considered getting a reel this expensive until the sort of Penn announced that they were doing the 2500. And I've wanted one for ages. So as soon as I got a bit of money together this month, I decided I was going to treat myself to this lovely, lovely reel. It should be really, really good, saltwater resistant, and last me a few seasons at least, which is good for the price. It's IPX6, which basically just means that it's not going to let saltwater get in there and destroy your bearings, etc. The braid is a Suffix 832 Advanced Superline, but this one is around £20. It's 8.2 kilograms, what's that, 8.2 kilograms? I'll put it on the screen once I work what that is. And I've matched it with a 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. So I picked up the setup, by the way, from Osborne and Crag Tackle Shop in Plymouth. I've also spent money on lures whilst I was in there. So, I've gone for the Savage Gear Salt Surf Walker, 3D Surf Walker. Very nice looking lure. I didn't get this from there, I should have got this from somewhere else, but this is a Spro Bucktail Jig. Same again, because I follow the American striped bass guys. I'm really, really keen to use some bucktails. I've gone for the Savage Gear Sandeel pencils. So I was tempted by the line throughs, but I didn't really want to mess around with the tying up and changing over the rest of it. So I've gone for the 19 gram Savage Gear pencils. One in the sort of bluey colour, one in the black colour. By the way, any colours that I shout out are probably wrong because I am madly colourblind. I've gone for a range of the Savage Gear Seekers. I've gone for the Axia K9. It's a pachinko copy basically, if anyone who doesn't know them. So I've got a whole bunch of pachinko copies because I'm not paying 25 quid for a lure. I've gone for the Savage Gear Salt Panic Prey. This is also a sort of pachinko-y sort of copy. I've got another Axia in a different colour. I think I might already have a couple of these in my box as well actually. And I've got these which I've got from Hook Me Up Lures bass boxes. I've got the Gunky Atragons, which are quite nice. And they're 175mm long. And I've got another one with a sort of lemon back colour. I'll run through some of the soft plastics I've got in packets here. The Z-Man Diesel Minnows, nice paddle tail. I've got some Z-Man sort of Senkos, well they probably call them something else, Zinkers, but they're basically Senkos. These are really, really stretchy and they're floating as well, so I'll be trying these out on the night. I've got a HTO version of the Senko, so I've got a really old Savage Gear Sand Eel kit. I've just got all the different shapes and sizes, and I've got all the different jig heads, all the different colours, and then in a box back there I have got loads and loads and loads of spare bodies for these as well, with the curly tail bodies as well. I've got the Fish Crazy Sand Eels. I've only got a couple of these left and they're in a very small size. I've actually used these for pollock in the past, they're really good for pollock. I'm keen to try them, especially on the schoolies in the estuary, so it'd be good fun when the sand eels are in. I've got one of those Storm, I think they're called GT minnows. I've got the Dam F-Set, I think they're Weedless minnow kicks, and I've got loads of these, they're really good for bass fishing as well. I've got a whole bunch of these bamboo wave worms in different colours, most of them pre-rigged. These are Sidewinder bass snacks, they're basically a copy of the Albi snacks. Weedless minnows, I've got a whole different range of them, so I do a lot of work with the Hook Me Up Lures stuff, and I've done some bass boxes. If you look at some of my other videos, you'll see the bass boxes I've opened. That's the Weston Weedless Minnow. I might get the names of these wrong, but this one's from Weston. This one is the Ilex Nitro Shad. I've got the Savage Gear Weedless Minnow. These are the ones that everyone jokes about because it's got a little bit of cocktail stick sticking through it, and they call it a pro peg. It's a cocktail stick, guys. Some more different Senkos, can't remember what brand that one is. I can't remember what that actually is. Somebody might be able to tell me. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it a spindle worm, something like that? I bought a load of hooks and stuff off one of the guys on one of the bass forums, and he chucked this in, which is really nice of him. I've got a load of these HTO slugs. I've got the miniature version of the sluggos. I think this might be my very last one. I really love using these for perch. But I've got a little one, a little 5 gram jig head. I'm pretty confident that's going to do well with the schoolies as well. So that is the HTO Nebula snacks. Someone's told me that these are really good. I really like the fact they're in this sort of nice lemonback colour. I've got the huge sluggos, which I think are 7-inch. I've got a whole different bunch of range of hooks and size and stuff as well to sort of fish all these soft plastics. But I've always loved the look of the sluggos. I know the American guys used to do really well with these, so be keen to see how they do on our bass. I've got, and this is probably a bit huge, probably can't even cast it on the rod I've got at the moment, but this is my favourite lure in the world just because I've caught loads and loads and loads of decent pollock and cod on them. It's the Sidewinder sand eel. I mentioned a smaller one in my previous video. This rhubarb and custard colour is probably no good from the shore, but when you're wreck fishing for cod, these are amazing. Be keen to know how you guys do if anyone does fish them for bass in the UK. I've got a little small red gill. I'll have to pick up some bigger ones. I used to love using these when I was younger for pollock. Behind a little bull weight. I've got some sort of little miniature Eddystone eel type things as well. A whole bunch of those. When the schoolies are in stuff, or maybe even on the fly rod, this would be quite fun in the estuary. I've got these Sidewinder, I think they're called bass shads or bass snacks, I can't remember. But I've got a whole range of these in different colours. Anyone fish with them, please give me a shout out. I've never actually cast these into water before, so I don't know how good they are, but they look alright. Sort of big, sort of goby-ish sort of shaped shad. I'm sure that something will hit them, but yeah, give me a shout if you actually caught any fish on these. More sand eels. I haven't got any of the size I want yet, but the 120 size fish black minnows, I've got one of the bigger ones here, and I've got a whole bunch of the small ones which I used to use all the time in the canal for perch fishing. But I have ordered a box of the 120 size in all different colours. I think it's called the Originals pack. Moving on to the hard lures that I've already opened, that are already on my box. One I mentioned in the first episode, got high hopes for because I've caught a big bass on it before when fishing with Mark Callan on a guide session, and that is the Jim's Lures Needlefish. This one's very nice looking, sort of squid shape. Yeah, really excited. I've got a lot of confidence in that. This is Maria Squash Fake Baits, I think it's called. Yeah, sort of got a nice sort of diving vein on it. I don't know a great deal about all these plugs, so feel free to tell me if you think they're good, bad, crap, and whether I should just chuck it in the sea. I think this is one of those Axia canines. If not, it might be another sort of Pachinko copy, but yeah, I've heard good things about lots of the Pachinko copies. That is a HTO lure, I think, or might be another Axia one. I've not kept the boxes and they're not labelled, so I can't remember what it is exactly. Similarly again, another sort of top water lure, walk the dogs type things. I think this is a Westin rattling pop. I'll put the note in the thing, but a very small popper I got in one of my Hook Me Up Lures bass boxes. You can check out those videos if you want to have a look and see what it is exactly, but it's a rattling pop 7. This is a Maria Squash Hokkaido, I think. That's a very nice lure as well. I haven't got a clue what that one is because it's not labelled. Feel free to shout out if you know the names of some of these lures. This one is a Ginza. I can't remember the actual model now. There's another one that was recommended on Mark Callan's blog. It's a really nice little small lure, so when there's loads of little bait fish around, I should imagine that'll do quite well. This is a big chunky metal I got in my Hook Me Up Lures box. I think it's about sort of 35 grams, but I had a few casts this last night and it's a missile. It really casts really well. It's got a lovely sort of mackerel sort of colour to it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this will catch fish, especially on the deeper marks when I want to get down the water. And that is all of the hard plastics and hard baits that I've got in there. The last thing, it's not actually open yet, and I'll do a separate video on quickly, is the Savage Gear Gravity Stick Kit. I know that lots of people have been doing really well on these lures straight away, so when I saw it in the tackle shop down in Plymouth, I picked one up whilst I was there because why not spend some money. What I mainly want to know is what am I missing, especially from your experience, guys. If you've actually managed to watch this long into the video, thank you very much. It's probably boring the hell out of you, but yeah, if you could just have a good think about what sort of I need to sort of finish this collection off or to add to this collection to give me the best chance and opportunities, and then Also, any comments on any of these lures and when to use them, etc. I really appreciate. Hopefully we're on this journey together. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. So yeah, thanks very much guys, and I'll see you on the next one.